Yo, what's good? Yo, let me know how the audio is. We keep having audio issues every single live. So let me know how the audio is before it gets too deep. I need an audio check. Let me know if you can hear me. All right. All right. If the audio is good, I'm gonna mess with it. Then I'll roll something up. That's crazy. That's crazy. All right, hold on. I gotta tell y'all something, but you wanna know what the crazy shit is? Is that it was so quiet and peaceful, and then the moment I get on live, there's a train, a helicopter, motorcycles, with fire trucks probably gonna pull up next. Some kind of hand grenades gonna go off. Electric transformers gonna blow up. Who knows? It's crazy. But all right. Yeah. So let me show y'all my live. Look, this is my little. This is my upgraded. Like, this is what I carry around, right, when I'm out and about. My smoke kit. So it's a smell proof leather case. All right. It's got the lock on there. It's smell proof, and inside up here I keep a lighter. I keep some some rolling papers, some tips, a packing stick, um, the little X stand for rolling, and then down here I obviously have flour. I got these Crop Kings Jungle Juice cones. Um, I got a weed plastic grinder in here, and then at the very bottom, this rolling tray that I got fits perfectly in here. So that rolling tray fits perfectly, like it's the exact dimensions of the bottom of the bag. So I just roll it up right there. Um, and I just keep this ready. So I had got this to go on vacation this summer. I put all my flour in here to fly with because I always take my stash with me. So when I go on the plane, I got to take at least like an ounce with me, right? So this is my fly bag. I've just been using it just as my to go bag. With me today, flour wise, I got some Royal OG 82 from Type 3. I got some Zombie Breath from Beliefer. I got some pineapple pudding from Believer. I got some RVR from Andaway. I don't even know why I have this in here because it's been hot. The Moonlight Sour from Holy City. Uh, oh, this is the gooey garlic from Believer and some lemon fade from Believer. And so that's all the flour that I got with me right now. I'm gonna roll something up. I'm gonna roll up one of these. I'm gonna roll one of these Crop Kings Jungle Juice cones. And y'all, I've only been smoking like raw cones and everything. I got these for free. They came in like Daily High Club or the Weed Box or whatever, one of those subscription boxes. And I tried one. You see, it's a hemp wrap cone, pre-rolled. And I'm like, oh shit. Like, the reason why I stopped fucking with any hemp wraps or anything like that is because it's the artificial taste. Like, it tastes so chemically and artificial, or it just tastes bad. And so I stopped fucking with it. But these actually, they don't leave none of that. Like, you taste the flour in these, and that's it. And it's like, it's nice and sturdy for packing and everything. Um, Nathan said, "How's the Royal OG?" So the Royal OG from Type 3, that's hot fire. The one I got with me, the 82, is actually not even my favorite pheno. The best pheno, um, the best pheno of the Royal OG is actually the 76 from Type 3. But this is good though. Real sweet, real gassy. You got that nice Type 1-esque type of smell. And the zombie breath is good. It's not it's not the best thing from Believer, but it's definitely one I like. If you're gonna splurge, right? If you're about to go drop like 150 on Believer, actually less because you're gonna use my coupon code, right? The zombie breath is one I would get. Like from Believer, I would say you got to get the like right now that they got in stock would be the grape tape number one, the lemon fade number two. Actually, those are interchangeable. The grape tape and the lemon fade are both extremely fire. The grape tape, the lemon fade, the Ultra OG. Ultra OG is a new one, and that's hot fire. And then the garlic gooey, and then the zombie breath. Those are like my top five from Believer. And those are fire. Those are fire. I say like when Type 3 isn't in stock, because I think most of the people on here, right? Most of y'all would agree that Type 3 kind of has consistently the best quality, right? But Type 3 is only in stock 3 times a year. All right. So when you can't get your hands on some Type 3, I definitely recommend going to Believer. Believer is going to more than hold you over. In the meantime, Type 3 and Believer are definitely the top two as far as just straight CBD, um, CBD dominant Type 3 stuff. All right. So, yeah. So, y'all, dude, one thing I wanted to tell y'all, dude, some chick was giving up some neck in the car next to me. I'm pretty sure they saw that I saw, and the girl got out with that look on her face. Now, y'all know, y'all ever mess with like some stunts, some skeezers, a real bop, you know, and you know that look on their face when they just got done doing some dirt, especially if they know they're not supposed to be doing that dirt, and they got that devious grin on their face like that, like just you know what I'm talking about. And she got out and walked back into her job, just got done giving up some neck, you know, just foul, just foul. LA is foul. You know, I got a tattoo on my arm, and it says "Lost Scandalous." Because LA is scandalous, but that's females everywhere though, honestly though. But it's just like, um, Yeah, no, it was like a semi cute Hispanic girl. But those are the words. I mean, LA is full of Hispanic girls, right? Just by sheer numbers. So those are gonna be the most ones that's out here. Um, just doing nasty work. You know what I mean? Can't trust them. That's all I'm gonna say. Um, yeah. Who's got the Nate said who got the best CBD flower out right now? Do you mean that you could go and order right now, or do you mean that's like in business right now? Um, because like I say, Type 3, that Dark Seeker OG, the Blues Airy, this new Royal OG, the R2Z2, that's hot fire. Like, you can't really get much better than that in the CBD realm. Beliefer is a close second. What's up, Gio? Yeah, that's what's up, Nathan. You use my coupon code. Um, yeah, you smart. You a genius. I don't know. I don't know why people shop and they don't use my coupon codes. And it's like, even if look, my coupon codes are in my landing page, which I link in every single video description. So if you're watching my videos, you have no reason not to know where my coupon codes are. If you follow me on Instagram, the link in my bio has all my coupon codes in it. And if all else fails, on my website, I have all my coupon codes. My website's easy to remember. My website is shabazz420.com. All right. For 90% of companies, my coupon code is just Shabazz. The other ones, it's going to be like Shabazz15 or Shabazz10. But always make sure you save yourself some money. What's up, Gio from Southern Oregon? That's what's up. Oh, my dude said, oh, hold on. All right, I'm getting ahead of myself. All right, first of all, how often does Type 3 drop? uh, I was joking. I said they only drop like every 3 months, but realistically, Type 3 only drops every couple months. I say Type 3 probably drops 5 or 6 times a year. Uh, he's a one man band though, so that's the reason why. Um, it's not like he's got a whole team or a whole farm with workers and stuff that can trim and get everything going. He does everything by himself, so that's why the grows come out slower in smaller amounts and everything. But like I always say, I'm preaching to the choir, beating the dead horse, whatever. If you when you can get it, if you can get it, you got to make sure that you get it. It's absolutely worth getting. Uh Terp Supreme said Flow might be back up there with the Yak, Fabled, and the applesauce. So Flow Gardens, their main focus has been Type 1 and Type 2. Just because they happen to release some good Type 3s, I definitely wouldn't start putting them up. Oh my God. Look, I told y'all, a humongous freight train. Um, I don't even know what I was saying. Oh, so if you're on my Patreon, y'all know that I may or may not have gotten my hands on some of that Flow stuff, and you um, can see or probably have seen my thoughts on that. But regardless of that, like I said, I wouldn't, I wouldn't start saying that Flow is like up in the upper echelons of anything just because they happen to, Like the flower might be good or whatever, but Flow's main focus is not CBD flower, so I wouldn't even put them up there with like Believer and Type 3 and stuff. It's kind of it's like a fluke, or that type of thing. Y'all know what I mean. Geo said, where can I find the best CBD vapes? Okay, so I'm gonna give you the same answer I give everybody, right? There's not a lot of good CBD vapes. Most of the CBD vapes on the market are made of distillate and like botanically derived terpenes, and they're really cheap and harsh, and like even if you get effects from them, it's gonna taste horrendous, right? If Fog Pods from Neverwinter Botanicals will get you right, all right. They just released a bunch of new flavors. I only tried one of the new flavors. I'm gonna try the rest, but the one I tried so far was really good. People have been raving about these new flavors. Primary Jane got the live resin. They got the carts, the all glass carts, and they got the disposables, and it's all live resin with Type 1 live resin terps in them. So they taste really good. And then Akira Botanicals also has live resin carts, and they have a couple Type 3s, and then they have a lot of Type 2s. But the Type 2s, for example, I'm carrying around a Type 2. Look, check this out. This is a Type 2 cart from Akira Botanicals. Man, it got dark all of a sudden. This is a Type 2 cart from Akira Botanicals right here. This is the Legendary Panther. And it's like 30% THC and like 50% CBD, but carts are easy to manage. You don't got to worry about getting a panic attack like you would smoking Type 2 flower. Because all you got to do is hit it real easy, take some light puffs, wait for the effects to hit, see if you need more, and just chill. Let it ride. Whereas flower, once you hit that flower, there's no going back. So Akira Botanicals, Fog Pods from Neverwinter, and Primary Jane is my recommendations for CBD carts. Primary Jane. And I have coupon codes for all of them. All right, because they're not cheap, especially Akira and Primary Jane, like $40, right? So you want to use my coupon codes and get that discount, right? Also, Primary Jane. Oh, this is another thing I want to talk about. Primary Jane is doing a giveaway on the Discord, right? So if y'all are watching right now, and to those of y'all who are going to be watching this live after it airs, in the next coming days, if you are in the old Discord, remember Discord shut that server down. We have a new. It's a Discord community server, so it has more features. It's protected against spam and bots. There's age verification, so like make sure there's no kids going in there. And it's just better. Now it's growing. Anyways, y'all need to get on the Discord. All right, you need to be on the Discord regardless. But Primary Jane is giving away carts and drink mixes and hats and stuff. Right now, they're doing a giveaway right now on the Discord. So if y'all want a chance to get some free Primary Jane live resin stuff, that's what you need to do. The link for the Discord, go to my latest video and go down in the video description. And there's a link for the Discord. Make sure you go join that. All right. Now I'm gonna scroll down in the comments. Now I finished what I said. All right. Let's see. What's up, Liberty Tech? What's up, everybody? Everybody who's just joining, what's up to y'all? It's a Saturday night sesh, so smoke it if you got it. Make sure you bump for that Rich Homie Quan, R.I.P. Patrick, nah, it's gonna probably come on Monday. Alex says she's about to hit the gym. Alex weighs about 93 pounds. So she's just hitting the gym. I don't know. I think maybe she's trying to build up some muscle mass so that her limbs don't snap. Um, More cash. He got a personal vendetta against Primary. He's the only person I see that has a big negative view of Primary Jane. Everybody else pretty much has a positive like perception. Like they have a pretty good reputation, I think. But in every company, you're shipping out hundreds of orders. Something's gonna get messed up somewhere along the way. Somebody's not gonna be happy. That's just the way the game goes. So yeah, y'all need to make sure you get on the Discord. All right. Go do that immediately. Get on the Discord. Y'all need to follow me on Patreon. Go to the Patreon. All right. I only got one level of Patreon membership. It's $10 a month. All right. Because like I don't have different levels and certain people get certain stuff. No. Everybody's the same. You do the $10 Patreon gift and you get access to everything. All right. Get on the Patreon. Go enter in that Primary Jane giveaway. The Primary Jane, I think we're probably going to extend it to let more people join in on there. Terp Supreme said he's 50-50 on Primary Jane for the price. If you're unsure if the price is an issue, A, use my coupon code, and B, wait for a sale. A, I'm poor, all right? I am a person who lives in poverty. I'm a broke son of a bitch, all right? I'm poor, so I understand the struggle. I understand what it's like to be a frugal shopper and a frugal smoker. So if you don't got it like that, to where you could just go drop $100 to test some shit out, I completely understand. So I say wait for us. If you catch it on a sale, it's definitely worth it. All right. Dro, I'm smoking a mix of this is a mix of lemon fade and zombie breath from Believer I got in this Crop Kings. God damn, it's dark. This Crop Kings Jungle Juice hemp cones. Have I ever heard of Pro Sticks? I don't think so. Live resin infused bud. If you want live resin infused bud, you need to get the Shabazz Moon Rocks. Okay, the Shabazz Moon Rocks is it's indoor Kush from Zoe Therapeutics. It's then coated in live resin, and then it's dunked in Keith. So it's a triple layer trifecta threesome of cannabinoids, flavor, and effects. All right. So you need to get the Shabazz Moon Rocks. Yes, the Shabazz Moon Rocks. You could find the link down in my landing page, which is in the video description of all my videos. It's the link in my Instagram bio or on my website, shabazz420.com. The Shabazz Moon Rocks are sold and fulfilled by Pharma Extracts. You can go to the Pharma Extracts website. I sound like a salesman. I don't like that. But yeah, the Shabazz Moon Rocks. If you want live resin infused bud, get the Shabazz Moon Rocks. And I also have the Pan Sheer Harvest Lil Smokies, which are full hand trimmed flower pre-rolls. It's not smalls, it's not shake, it's not machine trimmed, it's hand trimmed flower pre-rolls infused with hash. All right, so if you want the good effects, you want the infused stuff, get the Moon Rocks and get the pre-rolls, get the Lil Smokies and get the Moon Rocks. And no details yet, except for the people who are on my Patreon. They know there is a new Shabazz product that's going to be coming out soon, like really soon. I say hopefully. I don't want to say within the next week, because if it was in the next week, I would have a for sure date. But hopefully within like the next 2 weeks. All right. So mid-September, a new Shabazz product will be out, which will hold you over for these last few hot days, and going into the fall, you will have some dank, some exotic, something crazy, something different, something that y'all can't get nowhere else. All right. That will be coming out mid-September. Um uh Make sure you look out for that. All right. More cash said, bring back the zombie breath, Lil Smokey. I think you mean the zombie kiss. So with those older flavors with those older flavors of the Lil Smokies, such as the zombie kiss, the blue nana, the Bacchanal blend, those were, for the most part, I don't want to say forever, but for the time being, those were one-off batches. The Pancheer Harvest, the reason why the Pancheer Harvest is like indefinitely staying in stock is because there's a lot more of the material. All right. Yeah, the Zombie Kiss and the Blue Nana are classics, because that's what me and Type 3 launched the Lil Smokies with. That was the first flavors, so they'll always be special. And maybe one day they could come back. The genetics are still out there. It's not like it's any seeds that have been lost or anything. The genetics are out there. It just require them being grown and everything. It would be better if we could get it grown outdoor. Because, for example, we could get the Zombie Kiss blend or the Blue Nana blend or one of them, and we could get that outdoor and get like a few pounds of each blend and everything, then that'd be dope. Then we could bring it back. But for the meantime, there's no plans for that. Nobody's, but it's a possibility in the future. It's a possibility in the future. But for now, yeah, that's not coming back no time soon. The Pancheer Harvest Little Smokies, though, those are there. They're available. The Moon Rocks have been available now for over a year. The Moon Rocks dropped on when the Moon Rocks dropped. The Moon Rocks dropped in what, 2022? Or do they drop in 23? I don't know. But the Moon Rocks have been available over a year now. Lots of people enjoy those. The dope thing about the Moon Rocks is each jar of Moon Rocks is made to order. All right. So the flour is not sitting around getting dry and stale, nothing like that. Each batch is made to order. All right, I finished that cone of that zombie bread. I think now I'm gonna smoke some of that Royal OG. Make sure y'all get on the Discord. We need everybody. I got 13,000 subscribers, meaning there should be 13,000 people on the Discord. I'm also working on some new merch too. I talked about in a recent video. I talked about some Sasquatch, some Bigfoot merch. I'm working on that. Of course, when anything is finalized, my patrons on Patreon will be the first to see it. But this fall, There will be some new merch. I used to push the merch a lot more. Um, the costs are getting so high. The costs are getting so high that I'm having to price the merch items, you know, proportionately as high to even justify doing it. And it's like it gets unrealistic, and and you know, I completely understand if if like $27 is too much for a t-shirt for you, don't sweat it. Don't sweat it. But the merch is there if you want it. I'm always cooking up new designs and stuff just because basically I try to make stuff that's everything I put in the merch and everything, that's stuff I will want to wear and that you can't get anywhere else. And so that's why it's there. It's the same philosophy behind the Little Smokies and the Moon Rocks and everything. You can't get it nowhere else. So I got to bring it to you. TRB, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to gross you out, man. Um, um, that was the remnants of the first and only meal I've eaten of the day. So I was trying to grab a couple bites right there. All right. What's up, Ant? Oh yeah, Dro. Yeah, dude. I know you like the whole horror thing and everything. So yeah, the Halloween merch is right up your alley. And got the hoodies. Got the hoodies to keep you warm. I know Dro's out there in the tundra of Ohio. I know all about it. I know all about the Midwest. I don't mind. Well, I say that now because I don't live there, but I miss it. I miss wintry winters because obviously out here in California it don't snow or anything like that. All right, let's see. Let's roll a raw ethereal this time. Let's get the full flavor. So right now I'm rolling up the Royal OG number 82. And if any of y'all tried the Royal OGs from Type 3 on that last drop, I know it was a mix, it was a mystery bag, it was a grab bag as to what what phenos you got. If you got the 82, that's dope. But the 76, in my more important opinion, is the best one. All right. After a couple weeks cure, the Royal OG 76, um, it just really embodied what Royal OG was originally to me. Um, just dankness, a hint of that true OG smell with a lot of sweetness, and more importantly, a really nice gassy mouth coat when you smoke it. Yeah, we got some dope people on here. We had Rob on here earlier. Alex, she did a hit and run. Tony, Dro, Liberty Tech, Terp Supreme, a bunch of others. Don't hate me if I forget if I don't shout you out personally. Um, yeah, yeah. Fall is my absolute favorite season. Like you say, the smell of the dead leaves. Um, when you live in the Midwest during the fall is when they're harvesting all the corn and soybeans and everything. So it puts a it puts a smell in the air, and you get those chilly evening breezes that come through and everything. It's so stereotypical, you know. Um, how you see on movies, like you watch what's the one movie, Halloween or whatever, and the leaves are falling and there's a breeze and everything, all the trees are colorful while the little kids are out trick-or-treating and shit. That's really how it is. And yeah, it has a certain vibe to it, it has a certain smell to it. The sun goes down earlier. People decorate, all the teachers do up the classrooms and everything. It's a fire time of the year. I love the fall. Out here in California, there's not much season, so the fall's not very fall-y. And we don't have a bunch of trees that like change colors and stuff, but I still enjoy it. Just even going into the like Walmart and Target and stuff and seeing all the fall and Halloween decorations and like all that stuff. It's very nostalgic. And even if outside is not the weather and smells and everything, but it's very nostalgic. It's a real nostalgic time of the year. Really takes me back to better times and everything. So love the fall. And then second would be the winter. Love the winter. One thing I don't miss, I'll be honest, what I don't miss at all is scraping ice off the windows in the morning before school. That was the absolute worst. And I don't miss that one single bit. But everything else, yeah. No, the Royal OG is definitely not a 5 out of 10. Royal OG, like, are we comparing it to hemp in general, or are we comparing it to Type 3? If we're comparing it to hemp in general, the Royal OG is straight 9 out of 10. If we're comparing it to everything from Type 3, the Royal OG 76 is a 9 out of 10. Some of the other phenos were like a 7 or an 8 out of 10. The 82 is cool. The 82 is a solid 8.5 out of 10. The 33, I like the 33. The 33 is not as gassy, but at least the 33, it still leaves a little bit of a gassy mouth coat. So even if it don't smell super gassy just out of the bag, it leaves a gassy flavor in the back of the throat, in the mouth. All right. So check out this joint, hand rolled, raw ethereal joint of Royal OG 82. All right. That's a manually rolled, that's not a cone. And that's a raw ethereal, the thinnest rolling papers on the market. All right. So we can really get the flavor out of this, get that mouth coat. Blueberry cough drops. I had that before. Who has it right now? Is it Flow Gardens or who got that blueberry cough drops? Is it one of them shifty farms, huh? Or vendors, I should say. Who got the blueberry cough drops? I remember I was just looking at a website. Yeah, that's what I thought. Flow Gardens. Yeah, that's what I thought. I thought it was Flow. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of the blueberry cough drops. Somebody else had it too that I tried recently. You see, mm. Royal OG, nice gassy flavor. In the raw ethereal, mm, real nice gassy flavor. It's not it's not necessarily a OG Kush gas because OG Kush is really it's got a real savory. OG Kush is real savory, like onion and garlic. This is much more sweeter. This is more like a Bubba Kush flavor minus the coffee. One thing I did notice about these Royal OGs though is that they do got a little bit of a bite, a little bit of a bite going down, but really good flavor, really good flavor. It's a nice, bright. It's like it's a bright and piney gas. Like imagine the way Christmas trees smell. That's how it tastes, but gassy. With like I'd say like the faintest hint of like some citrus, like some lemon zest. Yeah, that's how I describe the taste on this. Thanks, Crystal. Yeah, Dro, absolutely. If you're gonna put blueberry in the name of anything, you gotta bring it. You gotta bring it. You gotta bring the blue. You can't have nobody like, oh yeah, blueberry, but then it tastes like something else. It gotta have the blueberry. Morecash said he said type 3 don't bring back the good shit all the time. Zombie Kiss, Spikes Recycling, Zombie Kong. The crazy thing is Spikes Recycling is probably he did bring there was some of that sold just recently. I don't know who the hell is buying that, but what's up, Rick D? Gotta stay hydrated. Water. Yo, it's been so hot. Yesterday it was 109 degrees here. Today it was a solid 100. So just gotta drink lots of water, which you should be doing anyway. What's up, Rick D? I'm smoking on some Royal OG number 82 from Type 3 out of a raw ethereal. Type 3 said that last batch of Spikes Recycling, he grew it as a joke. I low key. So check this out, y'all. Patrick from Type 3, I know that he doesn't waste his time growing or smoking or even buying genetics of stuff that he doesn't personally think is good enough for him to use. So the fact that he grew that as a joke, I find very hard to believe. I personally think that Type 3 has a secret love affair with Spike's Recycling. It's just something about that that 7 Up uh terpene profile that it got. I think he'd be over there puffing on the recycling. See, that's crazy because okay, so check this out. When the recycling and the R2Z2 cross comes out, I think that's gonna be fire. Because I think that's gonna be just like it's gonna be reminiscent of like a nice like sativa, like a nice like early 2000s sativa dominant hybrid, right? Like just some like like just think back like those of y'all who are my age who are like in your early 30s or early to mid 30s. Just think about like some lemon shit you were smoking back when you were like 14, 15, 16. I think the Spikes Recycling cross with the R2 is going to be something that's going to smell and taste like that. So that I will definitely be puffing on. Yeah, more cash. I hope you keep that same energy with this when this new Shabazz product drops. He said, "Mr. Go Crazy asked Pat about me." Shit. Well, I hope you got a bag to drop on the new Shabazz product. I appreciate that, Mr. Go Crazy. Rick D said, "Do you know of any breeders, growers getting us some better CBDV soon?" Um, what's the name of that company? The company that bred legendary OG. Not Zoe Therapeutics. Zara Farms. Zara Farms has some CBDV strains that are like um, definitely better than the Oregon CBDV strains. However, they're not a straight CBDV. They have some. Their strains are like their strains are like 1-to-1 CBD whereas the Oregon CBD strains, the Forbidden V, the Pine Walker, and I forgot what the other one is. Those are straight CBDV, which is cool. I actually like the effects because CBD. If y'all are unaware, CBDV it's basically landrace sativa, but in Type 3 form, in every single way. So for a good sativa effect, the Oregon CBD CBDV strains are good, but the smell and the flavor, which is where Oregon CBD always suffered. Oregon CBD put way too much focus on crop stability and cannabinoid percentages, and they did not put enough focus or energy onto smell and taste. Because even the strains that smell a little bit better, such as the Sour Space Candy and Electra and shit, they all taste like campfire. All right. Type 3 trademark. All right. They all taste like campfire. And that's because the smell on those Oregon CBD strains is all terpenes, right? And terpenes without any sort of VSCs taste like campfire. All right. Vitality, yeah, that's the last one. So it's Forbidden V, Pine Walker, and Vitality. Um, so yeah, go check out the Zara Farms website and look at the strains they have that are CBDV, and then just look for people that are growing it. Beliefer, he does some of their strains outdoor. So I think Beliefer will probably have one or two of the Zara Farms CBDV this fall and this winter. You could check out. They're not anything like they're not anything as good as the other Beliefer stuff, but they're definitely better than the Forbidden V and Pine Walker and Vitality. Like they actually got a little bit of smell and taste to them. Yeah, yeah. There's a couple other people, but Beliefer is somebody I know for sure that's been doing their genetics. So, like I said, Zara Farms is the farm, the people that bred Legendary OG. But so y'all know the okay. So any of you who are veteran hemp smokers, I'm talking about the Legendary OG from 2019. Y'all remember that super dark green, sometimes purple, real greasy, real dirty, gassy smelling, fat golf ball nug Legendary OG that everybody was selling back in 2019. That is the actual Legendary OG genetic that Zara Farms bred. Um, the Legendary OG that Flow Gardens and High Alpine and Beliefer are working with now is actually bag seed from the original Legendary OG. So it's only 50% Legendary OG, which is why it doesn't have that greasy coffee um old gasoline smell to it. Like that original Legendary OG, it smelled like y'all ever took your lawnmower out of the garage for the first time of the year? It's been sitting in that bitch all winter and spring, right? And you barely pulling the lawnmower out of the garage. It's got spider webs all over it, dust and all that shit. And you know when you open up that gas cap and that old gasoline spills out and it soaks up the stickers and shit on the lawnmower and all that dust. That smell, that's what the original Legendary OG smelled like with coffee. And it was super greasy and it was harsh, but it was dank. It was dank and it had a really good effect, super strong indica effect. Anyways, that's from Zara Farms. And yeah, all of the Flow Gardens and High Alpine and Beliefer Legendary OG crosses they have, which is a lot of them. Like almost all of their shit is legendary crosses. Like, for example, the Legendary Banana Mac, which Beliefer has like 5 different phenos of. All of that. Um, yeah, that's all bag seed. So it's all only 50% actual Legendary OG. So if you want the real Legendary OG, you got to get it grown um, from seed from Zara Farms, which somebody actually did have recently. Who had it? I know Rogue Origin um they grew Legendary OG last year. It's pretty good, but it smells more like the bag seed um than it does the original one. More Cash said our first gassy hemp. It was one of the first. It was definitely one of the first. Because in 2019 is when you know it's crazy looking back, dude. We've hit such a stagnation in hemp right now that I think there was a period of 2019 where you could get more gas or more dank strains at a single time than you could right now. And I say that because there was a point in time in 2019, or was that 2020? Hold on. Zoe Therapeutics dropped the original E1 hemp kush in early 2019. All right. So you could get that at the same time you could get some legendary OG. Oh, no. Okay, I'm wrong. It's not 2019. It's 2020. 2020 is what I'm talking about. At 20, so there was, all right, so check this out. There's a point in time in 2020 when you could get legendary OG outdoor still. You could get Abacus Diesel indoor from Hemp Hop, which was straight gas. All right, it smelled like dog shit and diesel. I swear to God, y'all could go watch my old if you think I'm bullshitting, go watch my old Abacus Diesel review videos. I always say in all of them, they got them dog shit terps. All right, it smells like white dog shit and diesel. Not fresh dog shit, but the white dog shit. Y'all know what I'm talking about. White dog shit in the summer mixed with diesel. Abacus Diesel was hot fire. You could get Bubba Kush from Zoe. And then here's one that a lot of y'all, most of y'all, I would say, I would be surprised actually if anybody knows about this one. There was a company called, I have a video on this on my channel. I think it was called Alter Cannabis. It was out of Central Illinois, I think it was Alter, ALTR. There was a company called Alter Cannabis, and they dropped a strain called, I think it was called Orange Crush. And it was like a proprietary cross of theirs. The Orange Crush, it smelled straight like type 1 flower. It was crazy. And they only grew a little bit of it, and that was it. And then they never grew it again, and they switched to like Delta 8 or some shit after that. I don't know what the hell happened, but that Orange Crush was the first type 3 that I had that was just straight up like, oh yeah, this smells like some indoor weed from California. And it was so rare, almost nobody had it. A couple people had it on Reddit, and they told me about it. I got it, and I dropped a video. And when I dropped my video, I'm sure that it sold out after that, after a few weeks or a couple months or whatever. And then they never grew it again. They never disclosed the genetics. They never sold the seeds. So it was that's one of the great mysteries of hemp right there. Is that Orange Crush from Alter Hemp or Alter Cannabis or Alter CBD or something like that. But that was in 2020. So at that time, smoking. Now, sure, there was a hell of a lot of lifter and special sauce. So that's when Oregon CBD dropped all that bullshit. The Gorilla Glue crosses, the super sour space candy and sour lifter and sour Suver Haze, all that shit, sour Electra. And again, they put all of the focus onto stability, yield, and cannabinoid production, and nothing on the smell. And they didn't keep no factors of the Gorilla Glue, at least the smell, at all. If you want a Gorilla Glue with CBD in it, you got to get the one from 5 Leaf Wellness. But that's a type 2. It's a 1-to-1. It looks and smells and tastes exactly like type 1 Gorilla Glue. GG, number 4, all right? But it's a 1-to-1. Now, since it's already a 1-to-1, it would take very little work to take that and breed that into a stable type 3. And then we would have a type 3 Gorilla Glue cross that would probably, I would wager, be 60 to 70% smelling and tasting like Gorilla Glue. But yeah, the Oregon CBD ones, they did it no justice whatsoever. That was a shame. Yeah, Rick D said it's wild how breeders gatekeep good shit, or at least sell the genetic if you're not going to do anything with it. Yeah, absolutely. There's been some real man. So like as y'all know, I've tried most of the hemp that's been released over the last 4 years or so. And just looking back, there's been some real good stuff, like some real good phenotypes and crosses and stuff that have just been lost to history. And I know that somewhere, somebody out there has seeds laying around of it. You know, some farm got some seeds that they bought of some shit back in the day and like got them up in the rafters somewhere. But you know, um, a lot of shit's been lost to time. Um, there was like certain crazy phenos of like basic shit that like WNC and 5 Leaf Wellness used to sell back in the day. That's like that's just gone. And the reason it's gone is because when Delta 8 happened, there was more money in that than there was in straight CBD. It's been crazy, man. One day, I would love to just sit and talk about the history of of the whole hemp game. And it's only 4 years in, but it's been a wild ride. Um, but it's just that gold rush. People heard legal hemp. I can grow or legal cannabis. I'm sorry. I could grow cannabis legally on my farm. And at first, nobody cared if it had THC or not. Just the fact that you could grow and sell cannabis legally and for the consumer end, the fact that you could go just on a website and buy that shit online and have it delivered to your door. There were so many people that smoked T1 that used to buy CBD flower just because it was easier for them than going and buying weed off the street. Um, but what happened is that when D8 became a thing and suddenly you can get high from it, so many people started putting their money and time into formulating D8 and HHC and THCO and all that bullshit, Delta 10, all that stuff, which was it that really popped off in late 2020 and then 2021 and 2022 when just the whole game, the whole scene, everything, like it was just people were going buck wild with D8 and HHC and all of those derivatives or whatever you want to call them. And so that right there cut out half of the passion, half of the time, half the dedication to just pure CBD hemp flower. The real nail in the coffin, the kick in the shins, the nut yoink, whatever you want to call it, was when people started dropping just regular weed. Now, I think a lot more of us are going to remember that because that was the most recent event. Uh, what was that? Just last year? Yeah, that was just last year, I think. It was last year, probably, I think. The advent of the whole THCA flower thing. And I remember when all the companies were scared to do it. There was a few companies that were doing it, but all the rest were like, there was just an open dialogue, like on Instagram and Reddit and stuff. Like companies were talking about it. A lot of companies were judging other companies or condemning them for doing it. And guess what? Almost all them people sell THCA flower now. And so you have that half of the farms and breeders and growers that were already lost to D8. And then you got Almost all the rest of them were lost to THCA. And so now we're left with just a handful of people that are breeding. No, fuck that, dude. Well, yeah, we're left with like 5 or 6 people who are breeding CBD genetics. Only 2 or 3 of them are doing it uh, vigorously, meaning like they're really putting time into research and development to really bring updated profiles and stuff. But you only got a few people, like I said, 5 or 6 people breeding it, and then you only got a handful of people that are growing it. Indoor grows and outdoor farms. I think, right now there's like 10 places. Like, let's see, flower, people that grow flower and sell it. You got Lost Oak, Horn Creek, Elihu, Rogue Origin, Fern Valley, Goat Ridge Hemp. You got Neverwinter Botanicals, Holy City, Beliefer, Type 3. You got Stony Branch. I'm probably missing a couple, but we're at like less than 15. All right, we'll just say that. Like between 10 and 15 places that are even, and it used to be there was hundreds. There was hundreds of farms growing hemp. There were so many farms growing hemp that after the 2019 grow season, or was it the 2020? No, after the 2020 grow season, there was so much CBD flower grown, it would last the entire earth hemp industry 7 years to get through it. And there was so much grown, there's so many, like millions of tons of hemp went to waste. It just rotted. There's still hemp from that year sitting in barns and sheds and shit all around the country. Hold on, I just said, look, check this out. So I'm recruiting people, right? So Type 3 said, I'm pretty sure I officially ended Reddit, Cut, Bluesarian, R2Z2 today. So I'm starting a guerrilla liberation front. It's going to be called the Hemp Liberation Front. And basically what we're going to do is just ride up to Type 3's house on Toyota Helixes and point RPGs and AK-47s and stuff at him if he's not doing what we want as far as a breeding thing. So if he got rid of the R2Z2 and Blues area stuff, then we're going to have to ride out, right? So everybody throw on your poo shiesties, your camo pants, and get that rusty AK out the closet, all right? Yeah, Stony Branch, it is what it is. They did it for the same reason so many other people are doing it. They weren't making enough money on the CBD flower. Um, which I feel like Stony Branch could do more. There's like I talked about in my videos and stuff. Stony Branch grows good flower and it's clean, it's living soil, organic, all that. But there's something wrong with their dryer cure process where like the flavor and the smell is off. So like their Kush loops, it smelled like lemon. Like the Kush loops smelled like lemon, and you didn't get no Kush loops until you busted open the nuts. Their Kush cake, you don't smell nothing like Kush cake. So, but yeah, but they had to bring in more money, man. They got employees and shit. I just, shit. Hash Brown said, I don't smoke anymore, but long time on and off fan. Love the grind. Thank you, Hash Brown. Oh, Rick D is Pickle Rick. He's trying to move to Mexico. silly sad ass said, I just got some spec diesel and strawberry diesel from Diesel Hemp on a 30% discount. Do you know of any reputable companies in Texas? Diesel Hemp's pretty good, but silly sad ass, they don't gotta be in Texas or not, because everywhere that we talk about, any flower that I have on my channel, any flower that I have with me right now, all of this is ordered online. So it don't matter if they're in Texas or not, man. You just need to watch my videos and make a decision. And if you need further advice, man, I recommend hopping on the Discord. Hop on the Discord where you just different channels and chats and everything. You get all the information you need. Yeah, Flow Garden still has some type 3 and type 4, but their focus is they got like 20 type 1s and like 5 type 3 and type 4. Flow Gardens don't surprise me though, because Flow Gardens has always chased the money. All right. There's a difference between you have a business to run and you want your business to be successful and you need a profit. Of course. Why have a business if you're not trying to profit? But there's a difference between that and Flow Gardens, which Flow Gardens is just, they're all about chasing the money. Ethics and all that other shit is secondary. Making money is primary. And they do grow good flower, but you can tell because when type 2 started becoming a thing, Flow Gardens were all over the type 2. They already started pushing type 3 to the back burner for type 2. And then this year, they came out with a type 1, and that's their primary focus. And they charge Uchi Wally for it too. The prices they got on their type 1 and even their type 2 is nuts. No, yeah. Well, because I remember I was salty because, like, not that I use type 2, but I just and look, and here's the thing though too, right? Just so y'all know that I'm not bullshitting or just complaining about shit that affects me. You know, I don't smoke type 1, I don't smoke type 2. But I still care about how companies price it because it's just a right versus wrong type of thing. Type 1 flower and type 2 flower does not cost any more money to grow than type 3 flower, okay? So if you have a company that grows their own flower and their type 1 and 2 is more expensive than their type 3, they're just price gouging. They're selling at a higher price because fuck you. They're not selling at a higher price because it costs more to produce. And I got a problem with that. And it's not like they're in a legal state and they have all of these regulatory fees and expenses and testing and packaging and all this other shit they got to do that drives the price up, right? Like here in California and Illinois and shit, where the price is higher because just in order for these companies to profit and survive, they have to, after all of the regulations that the state puts on them and everything. Flow Gardens isn't doing that. Flow Gardens is producing their type 1 and type 2 flower under the same legal status as their type 3. So it costs them nothing more to grow it. They're just pricing it more just because they can. It's price gouging. That's the definition of price gouging. You're pricing it more because you know people will pay because they have limited to no other choices. Yeah, $65 to $70 for an eighth is crazy. Anybody who's paying that, man, you got to make better life choices. If you're paying $65 an eighth for flour, that means at that price, somebody do the math. What's an ounce cost? At 65 an eighth, and you're buying the eighth separately. What's that bring the ounce to? What's 65 times 8? Somebody throw that in the chat. But those people are paying that much money for an ounce of flour. Everybody, Not everybody buys ounces at a time, but you got to look at it like that because you're going to be smoking an ounce anyways. Over a month or two, you might smoke an ounce of flower. With that type of money, you could just be growing your own. You could get a tent and LED setup off Amazon for like 150 and just grow your own. That's a one-time investment. Pay a little bit for electricity, and you smoking heavily discounted. You start growing your own, or you do it outside. The power of the sun is free. You grow your own, and you smoking like $5 eighths. You know, when you factor in the supplies and electricity and everything, it just don't make sense. 520. Yep, $520. That's crazy. Cadisio said, for me, the way I look at it is that type 3 is more strictly medicinal. So it's one of those things where I prioritize getting people who need CBD for their quality of life at the cheapest price point. Yeah, but that's how all cannabis should be looked at. That's how I look. That's how what you just said. That's how I look at cannabis in general. Whether it's type 1, type 2, type 3, whether it's fucking guava runts or it's fucking sour space candy. Whatever somebody needs to improve the quality of their life, it should be gotten to them at the lowest possible price. Now, the lowest possible price means where everybody can eat off of it. But the minimum, though, right? Not the maximum. So if the grower grows it and it costs them $700 a pound to grow, they should be able to get $1,000. You know, they should be able to get $900,000 and make some profit off of their grow. Whoever buys that, right? And again, y'all could do the math or break it down. Whoever buys that to resell or whatever, they got to make a profit off that. So they buy that pound at $1,000 and they break it down into $20 eighths. They profited it, right? And at the end of the day, the consumer only has to come out of pocket for $20 for some high quality stuff, and everybody along the way ate off of it. All right, there was no money lost. There's profit made, plus your money back. All right. It shouldn't be the thing where it costs $700 to grow, but they sell it for $1,900 a pound, and then it's retail sold at $55 an eighth. It's just ridiculous because that just means that everybody in line had to get their own massive cut of the profit, and the end product becomes unobtainable financially for the average American. And I have a problem with that. Silly Sad Ass said he's worried. Okay, so I guess Silly Sad Ass is new to the scene. That's what's up. Glad you're here. He said, I just worry about getting it shipped from Colorado to Texas, even though I know CBD flower is illegal. Yeah, there's nothing to worry about. The USPS officially, I don't want to say they endorse hemp, but the USPS's official position is that anything that is legal hemp flower, they will ship it, and they'll ship it to all 50 states. So go ahead and place your order. Now, one thing I wouldn't do is if you're worried about the cops or anything, don't go strolling down the avenue smoking a joint, right? Because if somebody calls the cops on you or a cop's having a bad day, there's no way you can prove that what you're smoking is legal CBD flower and not some regular weed. But as far as ordering it and getting it shipped to your house, go crazy, bro. Go crazy. Yeah, Marcus was. He said, "I'm on that grape tape from Believe for now. That lemon fade go hard." Yeah, y'all. The grape tape. I don't even know if he still got any available with that grape tape batch. This last batch was really fire. It was fire. It was more fire than the last one. This latest batch of grape tape, bro, it smells. Look, I'm gonna tell you what grape tape smells like and tastes like. Grape Crush soda, that brand specifically. Grape Crush soda and diesel. That's what it smells like, and that's what it tastes like. So don't sleep on the grape tape. If they still got it right now, y'all need to go cop that. That's a nice indica, nice effects. Use code. Just my name is the code for Believer. All right. But one thing about me, in case y'all don't know, one thing about me is that I really enjoy the combination of sweet and dank in my cannabis. So shit like grape tape, dark seeker OG, blueberry, strains like that have a sweetness element to them, even if it's not specifically fruity or whatever the fuck. Or even the Royal OG. The Royal OG has some sweetness to it. That combination of sweetness, whether it's candy or cookie sweet or ice cream sweet or citrus sweet, whatever it is, it just really comes together well and makes a really nice balance of smell and flavor. And what was I talking about? What strain was I talking about? Oh yeah, the grape tape. And the grape tape obviously is exactly that. It smells like grape crush soda, super artificially sweet, with that artificial grape soda essence to it, and diesel. All right. So it's sweet, fruity, and dank. Whereas something like the lemon fade is really similar. Like you probably heard me say, the lemon fade is more similar to an OG Kush, where it's really savory. It's really savory, dank gas. It don't really have to. It has a little bit of lemon to it, which it's a pheno of lemon octane. And OG Kush, if you get type 1 OG Kush has a little bit of lemon to it as well. But yeah, it's similar to the OG Kush. It's got a little bit of lemon, but it's mostly like onion. It's onion, garlic, skunk, diesel with a little bit of lemon. That's what OG Kush is. And that's what lemon octane smells like. It's just a little bit less loud and refined. Rick said the best way to achieve this cannabis utopia would be to write the regulations in favor of smaller craft growers versus big cannabis like it is today in most states. To achieve a cannabis utopia, cannabis just needs to be treated the same way that vitamins are treated. Think about it. You could go in the store right now and buy some supplement or some vitamin, some melatonin or fucking omega-3 fish oil or whatever. And there's basically no regulations to bring that to market. All they says is that it's not FDA approved on the thing and they could sell it. I think that's how I'm a cannabis extremist. And so I think that's to the level that cannabis needs to be, where it's just, I want to say a complete free for all, but I think that the only type of regulation that cannabis needs is mandatory testing for pesticides and heavy metals and stuff like that. Other than that, though, that's it. There shouldn't be any other regulations to grow it or sell it. It should just be a completely open free market thing. Who cares how close somebody is to a fucking school? Like, that does not matter, dude. It doesn't matter. To a church, it doesn't matter. A convalescent home, who cares? Who cares if somebody's growing weed plants in their front yard or whatever? Who cares? We have to, as a society, get away from this negative stigma about cannabis, where we have to protect the public from it. We have to protect the children from it. Hell no. It needs to be an open and free thing. The same way people can sit on their porch and drink a glass of wine or drink beer and nobody cares. People should be able to sit on their porch or their front stoop or walk down the sidewalk smoking weed or whatever it is. So, but the only regulation, like I said, that there should be in place, is just for a safety standpoint, which is just making sure that there's nothing harmful, mycotoxins, pesticides, heavy metals in the flower. Your flower's good, it's clean, you're good to go. You can sell it however which way you want. You could take it in a milk crate down to the gas station, jars of eighths, and put it on the counter. No additional taxes or whatever, just regular sales tax, and that's it. You see all these states, they talk about legalizing cannabis for the tax revenue, which is cool, but they limit and they regulate cannabis so much that in order to get that promised tax revenue, they have to tax the fuck out of it, because it's not such a simple thing that just anybody could go anywhere and get it. If they made it such a simple thing, such as alcohol and cigarettes, they would get the same amount of tax money just from sales tax alone. If you could walk into Walmart and buy cannabis with the same ease that you can buy alcohol or tobacco products, a lot more people would buy it. Because let's face it, in legal states where there's dispensaries are not always convenient, especially if you're not in somewhere like California where we have a lot of dispensaries. If you're somewhere out east or in the Midwest, even if you're in a legal state, I know the dispensaries are like way far spread out. Y'all know I go to Illinois a lot every year. Cannabis is legal in Illinois. But where I go, where my mom lives, the nearest dispensary is 45 minutes away. So sure, sometimes people make that drive or whatever, but it's just easier to go around the corner and pick up from your homeboy. So, rant over. Rick D said we're living in the public beta because the feds are using each individual state as a test ground. Yeah. Yeah, in a lot of countries, cannabis just grows openly. Thailand, Cambodia, Southeast Asia, parts of Africa, South Africa, the Congo, um, parts of South America, obviously in Asia, Afghanistan, Pakistan, in India. There's in northern India, cannabis just grows like fucking clovers on the side of just everywhere. It's completely just a landrace plant that it's like poison ivy. Put it like that. In places like that, cannabis is like poison ivy. Everybody knows it does something, but you got to fuck with it for it to do that. Otherwise, it's just a plant there growing. Right? So poison ivy is going to fucking irritate the fuck out of your skin. But if you want that to happen, you got to go rub on it. In places where cannabis just grows freely, wildly, and openly, everybody knows it'll get you high if you smoke it. But you got to go smoke it. Otherwise, it's just a plant that's just growing there. It needs to be like that. That's why here's a challenge. Well, it's too late in the year this year. I mean, technically not. You can still get some flour. I was gonna say I challenge everybody, anybody who has bag seeds, uh, whether it's hemp or just old brickweed bag seeds. Next time you're out at a park or along a river or something, go scatter the seeds. It's a little too late in the year for outdoor growing, but hey, there's a chance you could start a local population. If you throw out some bag seeds in the next 2 months, you get some females and some males, and they pollinate and drop more seeds, then more plants will sprout there next year in that same spot. Hold on, y'all. Catasio said, or he said, who would have the most dank pack, Walmart, CVS, or Rite Aid? That's a crazy question because I wouldn't even put CVS or Rite Aid like up there on the. I think it would be a rivalry between like Walmart and Target. Target's gonna have the really like pretty, super organic, small batch craft stuff, but it's gonna be super expensive. And Walmart will have some high end stuff, but Walmart is Walmart. They're also gonna have that great value, right? They're gonna have the great value pack, all right, where they're gonna have the eighths of greenhouse Walmart OG for $12.99. You know what I mean? But then they're also gonna have the high end shit for $29.99. Um, that would be dope. I would like, yeah. But there's no reason why we should be able to walk into Walmart right now and buy as much alcohol as we want. Anybody right now could go into Walmart or Target or any liquor store or wherever, grocery store, buy a ton of fucking alcohol, get drunk, and go kill a whole family of 4 tonight. And that is 100% legal. Most of the time, you can buy it like anything else. You could buy it like anything else. You could go into Walmart right now and buy a thing of alcohol, some beer, wine, or liquor with the same ease you're buying toilet paper and eggs. And that's ridiculous. That's absolutely ridiculous. It's absolutely ridiculous that it's not the same for cannabis because it should absolutely be the same way for cannabis. Rick said that rollback Kush. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You know, Walmart would have their whole great value line. They'd have their whole great value greenhouse. Eighths, $12.99, $11.99. They'd have it all. They have a whole aisle. They'd have tinctures and edibles and all types of shit, dude. And then what would happen, right, is like 5 years later, they would start doing more stringent tests on them and find out that they're all full of like microplastics or some shit. They've been growing their flower with bull testosterone or some shit, putting yak semen in the plants and shit. And that shit, antibiotics and shit. You know, you find out Walmart's doing some shit like that. But TJ said, I don't like dispensaries that have like $11.99. Why not? Here in California, they got the sun grown and the greenhouse stuff. You could get it for that price, and a lot of times it's really good. Sometimes it's not, but a lot of times it's really good. Like I said, I'm broke. So I'm a frugal shopper. I'm a frugal smoker. Dro said you got to get the lady with the key to come open the glass. Man, yeah. Well, obviously, I live in LA, so all the WalMarts, Targets out here, everything like just the laundry detergent, the everything, the deodorant, uh, alcohol, all types of shit is locked up, and you got to sit there and press a button and wait for an employee. Sometimes you got to wait like 26 minutes for some retard, I'm sorry, some idiot in a vest to come strolling up like we got all the time in the world to give you a 2-pack of Dove for women deodorant and shit. Like, but yeah, it'd be like that. You said I didn't realize like 20 to 25 bucks is not, which is not bad, but it's just taxes, I guess, everybody. Yeah. What's cool is right here in LA, there's some of those dispensaries that put they put the taxes into the price already. So, like for example, at the brand Originals, the Originals factory, like you go to their dispensary and the are $30. I mean, they got different tiers, but like their Originals brand in-house grown flower is like $30, but it's $30 flat. Like that's $30 with the excise tax and all that shit. Because yeah, it sucks. It sucks when you got a couple things and it's like, okay, that's like $60. I got some gummies and the eighth and that infused pre-roll and that $9.99 clearance BHO dab they got right there. There's some ice cream cake from like 4 years ago. And you're like, all right, that's $60. That's my budget. And then that bimbo in leggings and a sweater behind the counter is like, oh yeah, your total is going to be 92.63. They hit you with $32 of excise taxes. That's some, yeah. I think $25 for an eighth is just a sweet spot, at least for indoor. Like I said, that's at a price where everybody down the line eats. So everybody who had their hand on it, they profit. It's a reasonable price for the consumer. It could be a bit cheaper, but it's a reasonable price for the consumer. Um, and yeah, it's just a nice sweet spot because I'm shit. When I used to sell weed, it was $35 back then, and that's what I sold it at. $35 an eight. I would have like $35 an eight, $65 quarters. Um, and back then in the dispensaries, you wanted good eights and stuff. They could be 40, $45 and stuff. And then um, as time went by, it got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper, right? Because it was just so easily accessible and everything. So it got cheaper and cheaper and cheaper to where in 2018, 2019, which were the last years that I sold weed, I was selling it at $25 an eight. And actually now here in California, it actually during COVID and since during COVID, it went up crazy, y'all. During COVID, uh weed at dispensaries was up like $50, $60 an eighth. There was just this huge shortage of cannabis. It was crazy. Dudes were like, everybody was back on the weed game because you could profit because the dispensaries were so expensive. It was crazy. Now it came back down to like $35, $40, $30 to $40 in the eighths for like the high end shit. But yeah, anyways, I think $25 is a sweet spot. Um, yeah, Rick D said no panties beneath the leggings, no bra under the hoodies. Nope. They got the nipple piercings, way too much makeup, super long eyelashes to where they blink too fast, they're gonna fly away. And the hallmark of dispensary bud tender bimbos, they don't know shit about weed. They couldn't. The managers for the day, like out here, it'll be like some Armenian or something. Will break it down in the morning. Like, all this shit over here is indica. This is for people that want to go to sleep. This is hybrid, and this is sativa, and that's all they know. That's all they know. You go in that dispensary and be like, yo, I'm looking for something that I can use during the day, but it's also really good for like my sciatica pain. And, I also tore my meniscus. So like, oh, and I also have anxiety. Man, those girls don't know anything that you are talking about. They just give you that blank stare, like just a blank stare. Like, you ever have a bag of chips and there's like a 5-year-old around and they know it's rude to ask, but they really want some chips, so they just stand there and give you like this blank stare? That's how them bud tenders be. All right, y'all. I wanted to smoke another joint. I do want to smoke another joint, but I just stopped and I looked at the time, and it's actually a lot later than I thought it was. All right, so I'm a close this out, okay? But I need to remind everybody that you need to go join the new Discord server. Okay, it's up. It's a community server, so there's age verification. Everything is a lot safer. There's no bots or spam. Make sure you go join that. Primary Jane is doing a giveaway right now on the Discord server. So if you need a reason to go join, go do that. All right. You could win some free carts and CBD drink mixes and stuff like that. There's a new Shabazz product that's going to be coming out in the next couple weeks. It's going to be super exotic, super fire. New merch is going to come out in the next few weeks, months or whatever. I want to encourage y'all to, if you want to support my channel, aside from watching and everything that y'all do, which is the only thing I ask, is watch my videos, give me likes and subscribe. But if you want to do extra, you could join my Patreon. And yeah. So y'all be on the lookout for that new stuff. Right now, you could, like always, cop the Shabazz Moon Rocks. The Panshire Harvest Little Smokies are available now. And I'm always looking for new ways to innovate. I'm always brainstorming new products, stuff that we could bring like this ultra high quality for the masses. All right. But I'm going to go ahead and close out this live, though. The effects are starting to wear off. Well, they already did wear off from that last joint. I've been talking and everything. I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here, though, because this is, shit. It's like, it's 9 o'clock here, meaning it's like 11 o'clock. It's midnight on the East Coast, shit. So, yeah. I'm gonna get up out of here. Thank you for everybody who watched, everybody who participated. Y'all want to continue it? Head on over to the Discord, like I always say on every live. When we get off the live, y'all want to keep talking, continue the conversation. You got commentary, opinions, questions. Go to the Discord. The link for the Discord is in the video description of my latest video on YouTube. All right. All right, y'all. I'm gonna check y'all later. Oh man, the daily. If y'all are fans of Trailer Park Boys, which I know a lot of y'all are, and you should. If you haven't watched Trailer Park Boys, I don't know what you're doing with your life. But if you're fans of the show Trailer Park Boys, the Daily High Club for this month, that's part of the thing. So y'all definitely got to check that out. I know a lot of y'all don't watch the subscription box unboxings, and that's fine. But this one, if you're a fan of Trailer Park Boys, make sure you watch this Daily High Club unboxing, which I'm gonna try to put out tomorrow. All right, y'all. I'll see you on the Discord. All right. Have an amazing rest of your night. I appreciate all of y'all that are on here. Uh, all that. All right.